In this video, I'm going to show you how to finish the neckline of the lyric dress. At this point, you should have the dress all sewn up except for finishing a neckline and the center front and hemming. You want to make sure you have stay stitch around the neckline within the seam allowance. This just prevents possible stretching when you're sewing because you're sewing against the bias, and sometimes that wants to spread a little bit, so that'll help with that. We are going to use single fold bias tape. You can make your own like I have here. I used a rayon challis, and then I used this little tool to run it through, and that just gives it a nice little pop of color on the inside of the garment. But you can also use store-bought. We want to use single fold bias tape. This is single fold bias tape, like it comes in a package from the store. It is folded once to the inside, but you can also, well, don't confuse it with double fold bias tape. This is double fold, where it's folded to the inside, but then it's folded again. That's gonna give us too much bulk. We don't want the double fold. The single fold you can buy at the store or make your own. So now what we want to do is fold over the center front. This is the placket facing. So you should have interfaced that, and it should be offset, like when you interface it, it should have been offset 1.25 inches, and you fold that 1/4 inch over to give you that finished edge. And fold that whole placket to the right side, and then just clip it or pin it in place. We're going to take our single fold bias tape and open it up a little bit and just align it to that neckline and pin. You're going to see this little bit from the placket popping out, and we'll trim that off in a minute. So just pin along the neckline, matching up the raw edge of the bias tape to the raw edge of the neckline. So you're putting that bias tape over that placket that we folded over. Okay, now take it to your machine and you're going to straight stitch in that fold line all the way around. Okay, I've straight stitched my bias tape all along the neckline, right in that first crease. Now you can go in and trim your bias tape as needed. You can trim off that little corner that pops up. Okay, so now is the fun part. You are just going to fold this facing and the neckline to the wrong side. Make sure that corner gives you a nice pop or nice sharp corner. And so when you fold the whole entire bias facing to the inside, it's clean on the outside. And then you can go around and press that bias tape along and maybe pin it if you're concerned, and that'll give it a really nice finish. Okay, I finished the neckline. The facing or the binding is all the way to the inside and it's top stitched in place. Looks really nice and clean.